How's it going, Ghosts and Ghoulies? And welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. I'm Ghost of the Crowd, aka Alk, and so you know how last time how I was very confused about the accuracy issues I was having with Lilligant? I didn't read what Hustle did, and it has a modifier to your attack for a cost of your accuracy. So that explains that. But today I'm planning to show off my three different Paldea builds that I have, and basically just have a few matches. And I promise this time I'm not going to talk through a majority of the video with and have like very little battle going on through the video. So with that being said, let's start off with the team that I ran with in Scarlet and Violet. Uh, or well, in Scarlet, I played Scarlet, and I started Violet, but I literally just started it long enough to get my starter, and that was really it. Uh, but yeah, no. Now this team was slightly different, just because of kind of there's a lot of Pokemon this generation that I genuinely actually really liked that were also just really fun to like run with and play with. Like I ran with Tatsugiri Storm Drain just because, for one, I think Tatsugiri is absolutely adorable, and for two, Storm Drain is a phenomenal ability, especially in double sets. And I could actually show you because I don't have Tatsugiri on either any of these builds, but I do have it right here. Her name is Gummy because she looks like a little gummy worm. I know that's not how you spell it. It's just it's cute like that. Uh, I don't know what item I had on her though. But I ran with Dragon Pulse, Chilling Water, Dragon Dance, and a Baton Pass. So basically, I would build her up with Dragon Dance, and if her health got too low and I was sure that I could outspeed, I would Baton Pass out into one of my other team members. And since Dragon Dance is a boost to attack and speed, and as you can see, at least with this team, which is what it was on, like physical attack, physical, uh, with like two specials. Like genuinely, the true like switch back and forth was with Palafin, which I actually need to change that name to. Oh, what did I name you? Oh yeah, didn't realize my cap log was on. Delphina, because I actually managed to catch a female shiny. Uh, Not that it was intentional. That's just what I ran into. But yeah, and that needs to be changed to shiny. So basically, the team is my starter, which is Meowscarada or Meowscarada, depending on how the hell you want to. I will wait until I hear it in the anime to correct myself. But I named her Quinn because she looks like a Harlequin, and I run her with Play Rough, Flower Trick, Knockoff, and Brick Break. Play Rough for some coverage, plus changing to a fairy type really helps with specific weaknesses, such as I mean, just any of the dark type weaknesses really. Uh, Even though that 90 accuracy really kind of wants to not act like it's 90 accuracy a lot of the time. But I digress. Flower Trick, I always try to run the signature move on a Pokemon just because I like it aesthetically. But also, Flower Trick is phenomenal. 70 power with no accuracy check and it always crits. Like, that's phenomenal. Plus stab on grass, just absolutely great. Knockoff, mainly because this, I mean, yes, there's stab to this, and it's only 65 damage after their item is gone, or well, before stab calculates in, it's 65 or after their item is gone, but this is more so just for me to deal with things like getting choice items off of very dangerous threats like Walking Wake and Palafin and stuff like that. Because you wouldn't believe how often I see choice items on Palafin and Walking Wake specifically, just because of how stupidly powerful they are. And then those choice items just make them even more powerful. Uh, and then Brick Break is because of how fucking common screens are this gen. I don't know how common they were in Gen 8, but Gen 9, I've seen just so many so many prankster Grimmsnarl running around. I think I might have talked about it last Showdown video, but genuinely, like, without Brick Break, you're kind of just stuck there. And I think I run Brick Break on Rosa here as well, but I'll get to her. Um, Moving on here though. Oh, and then item expert belt just to boost power even more. Um, if you think there's probably something different, because I don't really look at Showdown, or I don't really look at videos on YouTube for like builds all that often, and so I genuinely go by what I think is going to do well because I don't want to just copy and paste whatever the meta is, you know? I don't want to copy paste what other people are doing. I want my Pokemon to feel more unique. Even though I know at the end of the day, most people would think that just doesn't fucking matter. But anyway, also Terra Fairy because that's an important thing to account for in this. Um, and Terra Fairy is more just for stab on play rough, but also defensive. Like if I'm about to get hit with something that's probably going to hurt Dark, I can Terra Fairy and that won't be a problem. Wrath. Let's talk about Wrath real quick. Wrath was a Primeape on my Kanto team, but when I saw the leaks talking about there being a evolution for Primeape and that it was going to be a ghost type, which is my favorite typing, I couldn't help myself. And I was like, you know what? Wrath, you're getting moved to the Paldea team. And now a Machamp is on the Kanto team for the time being to cover that spot. But you know, Primeape it has been a big favorite of mine for a long time. A quick little story of just like back in Fire Red and Leaf Green era, or actually back in Diamond and Pearl era, I was restarting the game to uh-oh, I think dog might start barking. Uh anyway, I was uh resetting the game to get the starters. And so like I sent over Charmander or Charizard or whatever. I sent over Blastoise or no, I sent over I can't remember who was first. I sent over a Charmander, a Squirtle. All I remember is that poor Bulbasaur was last. But after Bulbasaur, I was like, I don't want to reset this and go through all the starting stuff again. Like, I'll just go into the grass, like right here by Viridian City, and I'll like just beneath the Elite Four, and I'll just catch whatever I run into. And I ran into a Mankey, and that helped me get through Brock's gym. And I was like, this is great. And I don't remember playing much further past that. But since then, I always would put Mankey on my Kanto team, especially because back when I was younger, I actually would pick Charizard, but now I pick Blastoise. But but anyway, Wrath, Angie boy, very Angie boy. Let's talk about that ability. Never mind. I was thinking of another thing that was going on. I forgot. I was thinking about the item, which we'll get to in a minute, but I was gonna start saying something about doubling up on an effect, but that would be if Infernape ever gets into uh Scarlet and Violet. This item right here, the punching glove, is going to be phenomenal for it. But I'll get to that in a minute. Uh, we're talking about a different monkey. We got Vital Spirit. Basically, I run him with Vital Spirit simply because, like, not being able to flinch and not being able to be intimidated would be nice with inner focus, especially since there's a lot of people that run intimidate, a lot of people that run flinch moves. But, and Defiant, that, let's see, attack raised by 2 for each of its stats lowered. That's still very situational. So like I like Vital Spirit just because of how common Amogus. Anyway, how common God damn it, how common Amoongus is in the metagame, and how it heavily just puts things to sleep with Spore, and this guy does wonderfully against it, especially running Fire Punch to just or Ice Punch even to just take that thing out. And let's get to the punching glove. Punching glove is literally, I don't know if the bonus is the same as I don't know if the bonus is the same as um Iron Fist, but it's basically if Iron Fist, the ability Iron Fist was an item. So it takes punch-based moves and boosts them by 1.1. And oh shit, I forget I also forget there is the bonus effect of they don't make contact, so like you won't get affected by like static, poison touch, and stuff like that. Iron barbs, Rocky helmet, and stuff like that. So that's a really good thing. So as you can see, we punching, and I know most people tend to run bulk up and close combat, but like I don't like the drop in defense, especially when like we're kind of middling anyway. So I run Drain Punch. Drain Punch is my all-time. If it's not my favorite move, it's at least my favorite fighting type move. I love Drain Punch to death. I'm still mad that they took it away from Lilligant, uh, Hisuian Lilligant specifically. But yeah, Rage Fist. It gets stronger the more times he gets hit, and that's where Drain Punch comes in because it's by every the more times you get hit for a maximum of 6 hits. So you just use Drain Punch to keep your health up so that way you can take more hits and max out Rage Fist's power. Then you have Fire Punch and Ice Punch for coverage. This guy has come in clutch against dragons. He's come in clutch against a lot of stuff that usually this whole ass team, like, when I don't run the two here that can handle fire, but this guy comes in clutch, or what was I talking about? Basically anything that's, oh, it's grass. This team has a slight weakness to grass with these two, and so Fire Punch comes in clutch with that. Uh, and might I say, this man is phenomenal. Like, it doesn't look like the stats are crazy here, but like, genuinely, from what I've seen in the actual game and on here, there's a reason this guy is in the rankings where he's at right now in usage. Let's go to Rosa. I know there's a lot of controversy around Tinkaton because there's people that say she's good, there's people that say she's bad, but I hear more people say that she's bad because of her stats. And I'll be honest, she could use a better move pool, but at the same time, I don't think people understand that she's not supposed to be used as an all-out attacker. Genuinely, I should actually change up her moveset that I have on her, but she's meant to be technical. Because look at these moves here. You got Thunder Wave, you got Stealth Rock, you got Substitute, you got Sword Stance. It sounds to me like she's supposed to be a first out. You drop rocks. Wait, where did it go? You drop rocks with Stealth Rock. You, or maybe even after you drop a sub, and then you just, or you just do what I do. I have Brick Break on her in case it's a better choice to have her out as opposed to Meowscarada just because of typing or like, oh, if I send out Meowscarada, that's just going to be a one shot and I'll lose a Pokemon. So we have Brick Break on her just to make sure we have something that gets screens. Gigaton Hammer because, of course, signature move, but also it's a fantastic move with an understandable drawback. Then we have Thunder Wave, which, you know, it's 90 accuracy, so it doesn't always hit, and my luck tends to make it a bit less likely, but still trying to trust the numbers here. Thunderwave is especially useful because it's not a status condition that goes away unless you have someone on the team that specifically is going to help you with that. And then I have Protect just in case. I might swap out Protect for something else. I'm not sure what I want to do. I've tried running Drain Kiss. For me, I realized it doesn't do enough because it's a special attack on a physical attacker. Ice Hammer, it's nice for coverage, but like you're already a fairy type. And if anything, put Play Rough on it, which is probably what I need to do actually. Let me go ahead and just anyway. But like genuinely like yes, Ice Hammer is powerful, but it also drops your speed. Yes, you're fast, but in my opinion, in the Pokemon metagame over the past few generations, not years, generations, speed is everything. You want to be faster, and if you're not fast at all, throw up a trick room and change that. But fairly simple. I mainly just use her for Thunder Wave and try to get paralysis on people. Leftovers to keep her alive. Leftovers on any steel type is just phenomenal to me. Mold Breaker is what we run on her just to keep her from having to worry about like abilities and stuff. So Mold Breaker on against I think Golden Go. Yeah, Golden Go. I want to say Mold Breaker ought to ignore its ability that keeps it from being status. So I just can't remember if I've ever used T-Wave on Golden Go and it worked. It's just been a minute. Moving on, we have Nigel, the Kilowattrel. We got it set up with wind power because of Tailwind. Genuinely, like it has some crazy abilities that genuinely I might just change up how things go, just not today. Wind power is it boosts its next electric attack like as if it would if it used the move charge. After using Tailwind or getting hit by a wind attack. Essentially, I would assume it's probably most flying type attacks, but I don't know. Um, so that's why we have Tailwind on it. Volt Absorb is what I want to use just because, look, having a water type, especially a pure water type on the team, just screams hit me with lightning. And so having Volt Absorb on this thing would genuinely actually be far more beneficial, but I'll have to look at it at a later date and come back to it. And then there's competitive, which raises special attack by 2 for each of its stats lowered, but like, again, that's situational. Then we have a wide lens to boost accuracy because we're running Hurricane, and we don't want to miss Hurricane. Then we have Roost for recovery because genuinely, this is a frail some bitch. And this is meant to be a special speedy glass cannon, essentially. But like, it's one of those Pokemon that sadly suffers from a lacking move pool, from what I can see. But I still like it, and I still try to use it. Essentially, ideally, you want to use Kilowattrel on a rain team because you get Weather Ball, you get Thunder, you get yeah, there it is. You get Thunder, you get Hurricane. So on a rain team, Hurricane and Thunder hit every single time. Why don't I have it on a rain team? Because I don't run that shit. Because I prefer to actually just run with what I want rather than what is I guess you'd say what is common or what's like preferred or whatever. But anyway, moving on to probably what surprisingly has become one of my favorites competitively, if not my favorite Pokemon competitively, and that's Glamora. Uh, and might I say, Glamora has surprised the hell out of me because this thing is absolutely phenomenal. I see people that run Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rock on this thing with Toxic Debris, and to that I kind of say, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that? Like I know, because me personally, I love Stealth Rock. Like I actually really like hazards, and this thing gets spikes, Toxic Spikes. You don't get Toxic Spikes. What? Oh no, yeah you do. It's just not useful because you literally have the ability. People rely on the ability to drop it. Anyway, it gets spikes. It gets toxic spikes. It gets stealth rock. So uh, you have all the fucking hazards that are just standard hazards, other than like the one that a lot of people use lately, which is why any bug types get fucking use this gen, it seems, which is for sticky web. But the thing is, I don't run this thing as a hazard setter. I run this thing as a first out. I mean, okay, I don't run it with hazards in its move set, but I do run it as a passive hazard setter because of Toxic Debris, a brand new ability signature to this Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. And if it gets hit with a physical attack, Toxic Spikes are set on the opposing side. So essentially, you just sit there as long as possible and let them hit you physically. And so, like, yes, this gets Salazzle's corrosion ability, which is phenomenal, which is the only reason I would see for you to even run Toxic Spikes on this thing, or to run hazards on this thing at all. But even then, like, essentially, your move pool ends up becoming three hazards and the move Toxic just to guarantee poison on something that can't be poisoned normally. But that's not how we run in things. We got the Assault Vest to boost your special defense because we know you need it. And also because since if people understand what this thing is and how it works, they know that the only way to beat it is with a special attack, and then you won't get punished by having hazards on your side of the field. And so that's why we have a special defense boosting item and completely opted out of anything that isn't just a damaging move. Uh, and so I run Energy Ball and Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Power Gem. Power Gem for stab. Power Gem's pretty decent. It is 80 power, 100 accuracy, no special effect. It's just a genuinely, my opinion, one of the few actually good rock moves that has no punishment. Earth Power, it's Earthquake's slightly weaker sibling, except it has more fun uh, bonus effects like a 10% chance to lower special attack or special defense, sorry, by one. Essentially, it's a special earthquake. Then you have Sludge Wave, which is 10% chance to poison. I use Sludge Wave over where is it? Sludge. Okay, yeah, I use Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb just for the power and damage, even though genuinely I think it would probably be better to use Sludge Bomb, even though it's 5 power less. 30% chance to poison is pretty decent, so let's actually do that. Uh, and then you have Energy Ball. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people run an air balloon on this thing, and I don't blame them. It's 4 times weak to ground. That's literally just death by earthquake, which this thing doesn't get, but it gets earth power. And so usually what I do when I see an opposing Glamora is I send out my Glamora. Because even if I'm fairly certain they have an air balloon, which makes it to where they won't get hurt by earth power, I can hit them with energy ball and that's still not punish me with toxic debris. Needless to say, I know how to handle this thing. But at the same time, this thing genuinely should be used in the hazard setter scene far fucking often, or far more often than I've been seeing it. Especially for the fact that it gets a signature move, Mortal Spin, which not only does damage, but it also poisons the enemy, gives you a guaranteed poison, and it clears all hazards. And so like it's just that fucking good. Uh, but so that, and we also have it as Terra Grass to help with that earth, that or the ground weakness, as well as give stab to Energy Ball. But moving on before we start talking too much on it, we have Delphina, my Palafin. Uh, Speaking of a choice setter, uh, or a choice user, but I actually hate using choice items, especially because it tends to hinder me more than it helps me. But we got Jet Punch, aka the better Aqua Jet. Um, we got Drain Punch. You already know why that's here. We got Ice Punch and Flip Turn. Flip Turn is literally to activate its ability so that way we can get it into its stronger form quicker. So essentially, if I'm not leading with uh, Glamora, I'm leading with Palafin. And I'm immediately flip turning out if I think it's faster. If I don't think it's faster than the opponent, I swap out, even if that means that's going to cause something to get hurt. It's just a smarter choice. Ice Punch, obviously, for coverage. Drain Punch for keeping this thing alive. Jet Punch for priority and stab. Essentially, because of the item, this is literally I'm going to use Jet Punch and I'm going to sweep. But I know that this thing doesn't always do that. So now let's go into the second team, what I've essentially dubbed my Violet team, which I do think I may run through Violet. Who knows? If I can get a Delgado at some point, I'll actually play Violet for the channel. So maybe possibly look forward to that. But anyways, we'll start with Skeledirge. I will say I was very conflicted, especially when I saw what this thing looked like, as to what my starter choice was going to be, because I love ghost types, and I actually do like Skeledirge's design. I just liked Meowscarada more, which is insane to me to think that I picked anything else other than a ghost type starter, because that's what sealed the deal for me on Decidueye back in Gen 7. But we got this boy right here. We got Torch Song, its signature ability, which raises its special attack by 1 every time you use the attack. So it's you could genuinely set this up as a choice set or like a choice item on this thing, but I argue it's better not to. I set it up with Throat Spray because it raises the special attack by 1 after using a sound move and it gets rid of the item. So literally, you get a special attack boost of 2 on your first turn you use Torch Song with this item. Earth Power, again, special attack Earthquake, that literally just why that's there. Nightshade, just a very powerful ghost move. You're level 100, you're doing 100 damage. Like there's nothing there's no way to just say any more than that. And then we have a pretty decent healing move on this damn thing, which is phenomenal. I like having access to recovery on anything I can just because it helps so much, especially when I prefer that recovery to also be damage. So like Drain Punch where you hit something and you heal off of it, but you can't always get what you want exactly. Terra Ground for that Earth Power, also to help save it from shit, even though that doesn't save it from water attacks. And then Unaware to literally just say, fuck your stat boost. Then we got Shamu, the Cetitan. We got heavy duty boots to protect it from hazards, mainly because this thing does not like rocks. I think I saw this online somewhere. I don't know why I gave him heavy duty boots, to be honest, but I mean, it works. But speaking of hazards, not quite the same damn thing, but we have Ice Spinner on it for stab, physical, but also it gets rid of terrain. This thing has a monstrous HP stat, by the way. Like, well, I say it's monstrous. It looks scary to me. Like, this right here just says, I'm not going anywhere soon. We got play rough on it. We already know how I feel about that. Earthquake doesn't need to be talked about. Liquidation, just a strong water move, good for coverage. And we have Terra Water on it, which will help with that as well. And we got Thick Fat to save it from fire type attacks, but also to give it some utility. So if we think we're going to get hit with ice, we can just swap into this thing to tank that ice type attack. Moving on, we have Saber. Uh, and we got Flash Fire Honor. That's very helpful, especially since we have like two things, or sorry, three Pokemon on this team weak to fire. So this is just a really good thing to swap into to just take it and then get boosted off of it. We got a Big Root to help play with Bitter Blade because this basically gains more HP off of draining moves, and Bitter Blade, I am pretty sure, is one of those moves. I could be wrong though. But Bitter Blade signature move, it's basically a fire type drain punch, except I think it does more damage. Shadow Sneak for priority, as well as Ghost Stab, Swords Dance to buff a little bit, and Destiny Bond to basically give a middle finger to the enemy if you know that you can get Destiny Bond out before they give a killing blow. With Terra Fairy, just for defensive measure. Arbor. So Arbor and Tronfan, as I have called him, uh, being Iron Treads, Arboliva, and like these two, I've kind of worked a pretty decent doubles set for, which I think we're probably just going to be doing single sets. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to look. What are you set for? Anything goes? Okay. Yeah, so we're going to be doing single sets today. But I have these two to where they work well together in doubles because essentially your ability, or this guy's ability, drops a grassy terrain. This guy's steel roller move gets to actually be used and gets rid of that terrain. But the thing is, as long as you keep getting hit, you keep dropping terrains, and you keep getting to do 130 steel type damage. But yeah, no, we got Earth Power, Petal Blizzard, just, heavy hitting attacks. We got Hyper Voice to give us some normal stab, even though that's probably questionable to some. And we got Strength Sap as a healing move. Big Root again. I'm surprised I'm actually running the same item on two Pokemon. I might want to change that. Um, but yeah, pretty much straightforward there. We already went over Steel Roller. Earthquake doesn't need to be explained. Heavy Slam for an alternative in case we can't use Steel Roller because there's not terrain on the field. Which that goes off of its weight, which is actually kind of or that's kind of tricky, mainly because they just don't tell you what the weight of these guys are on here. They ought to put like a thing on here that says this is what their weight is. So that way you can go, okay, yeah, this move is in fact a good choice. But if it's in this section of the moves that are deemed useful, I would imagine that it's heavy enough to actually do something with it. And Body Press, which uses their defense stat instead of their attack stat, which is kind of weird to me that you would do that. But I think it's on here mostly because it's fighting type, so coverage. We got Terra Ground, and we got Booster Energy to activate its Quark Drive ability, which will, from what I've seen, it tends to just boost its speed because it's kind of like the Beast Boost ability back on the Ultra Beast from Gen 7, essentially. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what these Paradox Mons are. They're just Ultra Beasts, basically. But this basically will boost as the highest stat or by 1.3. If it's speed, it does it by 1.5. So this is actually an incredible thing for this guy to have. Um, and then we have Familia, Mousehold family of four. We have it Terra Ghost, just to say fuck you to fighting types, because that's the only thing this thing is weak to. And that is a very phenomenal thing to have going for it. We gave it Loaded Dice and Technician. Technician makes anything 60 power or less stronger. And so that makes it to where its signature move Population Bomb, Bullet Seed are just stronger and essentially strong enough to matter more, especially with loaded dice, which will make it more likely for. Oh, they already calculated its signature move. That's great. But essentially, it makes it more likely for multi-hitting moves to hit more often. So Bullet Seed is more likely to hit uh, instead of 2 to 5. That's probably a guaranteed like 4 to 5, I would say. Which Bullet Seed's on here just to give us something to hit things that can't get hit or things that resist normal or are immune to normal. Whereas Population Bomb, if you've seen Mousehold, you know exactly what this does. And so, yes, 90 accuracy, and that makes it to where each hit can miss, does suck, but that's fine. We have Baton Pass strictly here because of Tidy Up, which will always boost the attack by 1, as well as the speed, it seems like it says, and it clears all hazards and such, which is why you can't run Substitute on this thing, so it makes me wonder why it's in the recommended. But because you'll just clear away your own Substitute. But I think I've seen it boost it more if there are hazards. I don't know if that's how that works. But yeah, moving on from that, since we've had those explained, this is my planned mixed Paldea team. Essentially, I want to call it my final team, but genuinely, I feel like I'll just stick to this because I love these guys so much. But essentially, the final team, or the mixed team of the two, are Meowscarada, Annihilate, Tinkaton, Ceruledge, Iron Treads, and Mousehold. With this setup, essentially you have them doing a lot of the same things that they were doing, but they also can help cover for each other. I do have the move set different for Iron Treads on this team since it doesn't have a guaranteed way to get that terrain destroying move out. So we have instead Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Body Press, and Volt Switch. But other than that, we have essentially Fast Sweeper, all around just probably our ace here, meant to, if we think we need someone to just take care of something, this is our guy. Um, Essentially a technical pivot, having Thunder Wave to paralyze things. I'm going to go ahead and swap Play Rough onto this because it wasn't on here. But Thunder Wave to paralyze things. Otherwise, this is our pivot, essentially. Uh, Mouse Hold is also a pivot, even though this is essentially also a setup slash potential sweeper as well. This is a setup sweeper. Like, essentially, what you want is to just send out Mouse Hold, tidy up, Baton Pass into this guy. And if you want to get greedy, you can sword Dance, but honestly, you just Bitter Blade or Shadow Sneak. And then you have this guy that's just an all-round good dude. Now that we've got that out of the way, and it's been 38 minutes, oops, we'll probably make this video longer today. Um, let's get Anything Goes going and let's start with Paldea Scarlet and get some battles going. Oh hey, there's only one legendary on this team. Let's fucking go. Let's send out Leslie first. We get to see good old Glamora in action. So this Spite Ups is not going to like Power Gem. Oh, okay. It's weird that it just gets its own Protect, isn't it? Because is that what Silk Trap is? Oh wait, no, is that a? I'd have to look into it, but if I remember right, I think that's basically like a physical sticky web. This is a bad thing. Um, we're gonna do this. And then, yeah. Oh, we don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. I hate seeing us. I will say this right now. I hate seeing Espathra. Genuinely, Espathra sucks ass. Like, especially because it does shit like this. Like, because what did you? Mm, this is why we don't like Espathra. But literally, it's meant to just. It's like how Blaziken was. It like except this is not something like Blaziken in the sense of it. What are you, psychic? T-wave. Yeah, I didn't think so. This isn't something like Blaziken where it can still fight. Oh god, you're just setting up. This is gonna be awful. T-wave. And the thing is, you're just too fast to deal with now. Because yeah, you're 4 times speed. You're about to just fucking, you're about to baton pass. I know it. We'll get a tailwind up. But like I was saying, this thing literally just does this. It sits here. It makes to where you can't kill it because you had to get through a substitute, and you're basically just having to. I'm choosing all the wrong choices, to be honest. Maybe I can jet punch. I know I can't jet punch it to death, but like I should have seen that coming. Fuck. And I don't have any more priority. Yeah, this is a wipe. This is a real shame too. Like it's stuff like this that I genuinely hate going up against because this is literally just it is in fact just really really just yeah, like there's nothing I can do here. We're gonna just be the sore loser here because that was gonna be a wipe. It didn't matter. Like there's nothing to do against it. Hisui team. Nice. Let's go Leslie. Okay. Poison. Fun. Fighting. Not fun. Earth power though. Oh, hi. I think it's a fair choice to Terra Grass and just boop. Hi. I don't think I'm faster though. Earth power? Oh, it won't matter. We might die here in a minute because this is a terrible matchup. Yep. It's fine though. We got what we wanted. We got what we wanted. Let's see, because you're fast. What do you use? Acrobatics? Swap into Nigel. And then we'll tailwind. Oh, nope. It's fine, because now we have Delphina. The hero is here. Jet punch. Da da do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, the timer is on. But yeah, no. Looking at their team, I can't really tell you much as to what they're gonna do. Like this is just scary. So is Basque Legion. I don't think Braviary and Gudra are too much of a problem. Gudra's a problem just for its typing. Yeah, they Terra just to save themselves. Jet Punch. Yeah, and I want to hold on. Jet Punch is priority. Is Jet Punch not priority? What was going on with that? Or is extreme speed priority? Um, hmm. It's fine. Because extreme speed can't hit Wrath. And we somehow ended, how is Wrath faster than an Arcanine? I want to know what was up with that. There was a lot of weird shit going on there. It's fairly even though. Like genuinely, I know what Basculegion's gonna be doing. Like they're saving that for last. Um, Psychic Flying. We'll go for Rage Fist. Okay, you got the hazard off. Rage Fist. The -2 evasion's gonna suck. Gudra, we should be able to take out with our fighting moves. Oh, hey, hi, Basculegion. Um, am I faster? We ought to be. We have Quinn, so she will at least be a good answer to if we can't get you out. Yeah, there went you. So now, and you already terra'd, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Do we go for knockoff or no, flower trick? But what sucks is that we'd have to swap to get that good to get stab on brick break. Let's swap into you. And yeah, it's good to know that. K. It's gonna be a close one. Brick break, because we'll get. There it is. Hey, GG. Isn't Ruination that move that the Dark Quartet has? I don't know. But yeah, that was the Scarlet team. Let's get another battle with them. Uh, not against this. Not against that. No, sir. Oh, no. Okay, this is. Oh, gods. Speedy Aftermath. As fast as hell. We'll try. This is like the only downside to anything because I play anything goes just so I can use Pokemon like Annihilate that are in like the overused and Uber tiers and stuff like that that I genuinely. You too, man. It's always rare to find people that talk. Anyway, like I think I said it in the last Showdown video, but like because of the circumstances of just stuff that I like ending up in different or in tiers that make them difficult to use without having to be in that tier. They try to use substitute. I go for anything goes so that way I don't have to worry about those kind of issues. Gonna protect. Ballin Boy. The name on that. Ting Lu. You are a problem, is what I'd normally say. Good. I'm faster though, so I only get that one spike off. But yeah, no, see, this is a situation where Glamora really benefits. So Terra Grass to help defensively. Just this whole situation is doing fairly well. Let's see, Dragon Ghost. We don't have much to throw at that. So I think we ought to. Let's see, what are you gonna use though? I get the feeling you're gonna use like a water attack. Or no, because it's grass. So what were you gonna do? Ice? Yep, nope, that was a fat mistake on our part. I should have swapped to Delphina like I thought. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this, because you are way too fast to try and flip turn out of. But they also... Oh, well, hi. This is awkward, but we don't have to worry too much about that because we have T-Wave. What do they mean by that? Close combat. Oh, you have an eject pack. That's smart. That's actually very smart because you could easily just like... That's a shame. You're gonna go for Stomping Tantrum, so I'm gonna switch into Nigel. And then I'm a Tailwind to get us some more priority here. You're gone. Though I will say, maybe it was a bad idea to get Nigel this low on health, considering that this thing is still here. Ooh, that could be problem. Well, no, we got Glamora. Even though, like, again, this thing has got priority. So, hi, how are ya? Well, hot diddly dang. I am fairly certain I'm not faster, but we'll Hurricane and we'll miss. Woohoo! Goodbye. Shit. Well, anyway. Gigaton Hammer. Because you're Terra Ice, so that's not going to do too much if it hit me, but it won't because you're gone. Ooh, we're going to want to paralyze the fuck out of you, T-Wave. See, what are you? Fairy Ghost? So, like, for you, what sucks is that we don't have access to the hammer at the moment, but that's why we have T-Wave. Because it's nice to have, because the way I've seen from experience is the best way to really play with Tinkaton is to alternate between hammer and some other move. So like you throw down the hammer, gotta go by. Oh, well, shit. I guess that declares it. I am gonna be real with you. I would have probably lost because that Palafin I think would have actually swept me if not this guy or this guy. But with that being said, let's go ahead and swap to the Violet team and see, because I've not really played around with this one much. We're not gonna touch that. Uh, but yeah, no, we've not really done much with this. We've done more on a doubles set. That's really it. Familia, we're gonna send them out first. Oh, it's not Torkoal out first? Weird. We're gonna tidy up. Gonna tidy up again because I feel confident. Ooh, that was a waste. Ooh, we got greedy. Okay. Shit. Let me think about this. See your rock. So like, damn, that's a good typing just defensively, if you ask me. We're gonna go Tron fan. And we are going to heavy slam. I mean, that's what was he cooking? What, like, of all the things you could have sent out, that wasn't the right choice. That scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, that actually scares me quite a lot. However, I forgot that I had body press. And you missed. Yeah, no, you're swapping a lot too. Do you not know what you're doing, bud? We're gonna. Oh, we don't really have a lot to go off. Well, maybe. We got the Shamu. And then we are going to Ice Spinner to get rid of these hazards. Because they're already. I don't think they're too much of a problem at the moment, but it will become a problem later. Because personally, unless it's toxic spikes are always a problem. But like hazards in general, unless you just have a shit ton of them stacked up in a pile, genuinely, like if it's just rocks like this, oh no, they might disconnect. Uh, but if it's just rocks like this, genuinely, they're not a problem until the later game when they're basically deciding how much damage it'll even take to kill you. Because like when it comes to, oh, I'm gonna send this out, oop, it just died, or I'll send this out and it would have survived a hit if not for that, excuse me, if not for that little bit of entry hazard damage. I think they're gonna disconnect. I'm not gonna lie with you. Like, where did they go? I guess could kind of analyze their team. I don't know what the Torkoal's doing. I'm gonna be real with you, because like, there's not a single past paradox on the team or any. This doesn't look like a Sun team at all, and that's the only thing I could think of that you would use Torkoal for. Oh, hey, they came back. Play rough. We gonna play rough, and then you gonna die, cause you a dark type. And then they have Cleaver, which liquidation should be able to handle that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Also, did oh no, I think that gets rid of terrain or something. Hold on, let me see. Oh, we don't have any. Oh no, we have Shadow Sneak. Oh, this is bad choice. Bad choice. Shadow Sneak. There we go. Okay, Toxapex, Baneful Bunker, just to get stuff onto that. Um, we don't want to swap Saber out to risk losing it, but are we faster? Is the question. 295. That's too close for my comfort. Because we could get rid of the Gyarados. Now let's save our Terra. Okay, we can get the Destiny Bond out. Oh, and they fucking why? You could kill in one. It's fine. Destiny Bond should. You boosted your speed. Okay. This is no longer a fun time. No longer fun. Um. Oh, yeah, no, that's not fair. That's not fun. Okay, this is actually a very bad time. Oh, we got ground and ground. Cool. But we can use Steel Roller. Don't know if that's going to matter, but we got it. It won't matter. You know, I will say it baffles me, genuinely baffles me that something all the way from the first generation that is like a two-stage line that isn't super crazy is still this damn powerful, like years later. Yeah, no, this is a wipe though. Like, there's no way we can win this, but I'll sit through it. Yeah, no, this team feels a little off, but I feel like it's strictly because why is a Cacnea here? Why are there? Oh no, it's a gimmick team. Okay. Familia. Oh, the Cacnea out first worries me. Are you a fucking? Because that's a thing, right? I've heard someone talking about using Cacnea recently. And so they wasted their Terra. And then we're gonna Baton Pass into Saber. Those hazards suck, but it's fine. You have a Sash, don't you? Bitterblade. And then we're going to Bitterblade again. Yep, you got a Sash. It's dumb shit because your Leech Seed will heal you all the way. Yeah, no, we're no. Gimmicky stuff like that really, like, I get it. They're having fun. They have fun at the expense of others. But like, man, you just probably saw that on YouTube or looked it up somewhere or something and are just applying that else to this. And like, it's just not as fun. We'll get a couple battles off with this team. So now we're running just the mixed Paldea. Uh, Jeez, I just realized how just dour I sounded. Sorry about that. It's just some shit can be annoying. Oh, and I don't have my Glamora. Oh no. Oh no. Not the penguin. Oh, hello. This is awkward. We're probably gonna die. Yeah. Uh-huh. Um. Well. Let's see. What is Headlong Rush Ground? We are going to Flower Trick and watch as you die. Let's see. Yeah, no, this team has a little bit of scary. I heard Dragonite has had a resurgence. Glamora is scary. We are physical. Our whole team is physical. El hit. Um, but we have two steel types that can essentially tank it. Show. Gonna brick break. That ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, no. We are going to swap over into Rosa because she's not gonna take any mind to any of that uh, toxic spike hazard. Why Rock Blast? Like, it doesn't even get skill link. Like, genuinely, like those multi-hit moves, unless you're running like loaded dice or you have skill link, there's no point to me in running that move. Like, Power Gem would have been better. Um, let's go get Gigaton Hammer. Goodbye. Uh, Tyranitar. We can at least hit with Play Rough. Play Rough. Play Rough. Yeah, no, the rest of this team, save for Iron Bundle's weak to Fairy. And they're all slower. Close combat scary. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, no, that's my bad. Um, Again, no worries about that poison. I think we Terra Ground here. Bullet Punch wouldn't have done shit against the Steel type, would it? Now here is our problem. This is fast as fuck. We're gonna Heavy Slam and hope. Oh, you swapped. Why? Hi, how are you? We're gonna Volt Switch and cope. Ooh, we ain't got shit. Oh no, we have Wrath. We just have to be careful. Yeah, I'll go ahead and swap you in. Are we faster? Time to find out. Yeah, buddy. Oh, why'd you go for Air Slash? Well, this is an unfortunate situation. Yeah, you are faster. However, I'm willing to. God, 408. Never mind. Um, yeah, no, that was just. Yeah, this is a wipe. This is a wipe. There's no way. Drain Punch. Like, if anything, I don't know if those count as hits. I don't think they do. Ice Punch. Okay, maybe not a wipe. Maybe not a wipe. Maybe we can come back from this. Maybe we can come back from this. We got 4 times effective against this motherfucker. Oh, and we came back. Don't call it a comeback. Alright, GG, man. Hey, they set it back. Ah, jeez. I think from where we're at on time and that nice note, we will leave it at that. Uh, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Um, yeah, that yeah, that's about it. That's about how I feel right now. Oh, jeez. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Uh, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you want to see any particular like team builds, because I'm willing to actually take recommendations and stuff like that, just to kind of try out stuff. Because there's some Pokemon that I've just never touched, but like I only really ever play with stuff that I'm like, ooh, I like this. I'm not very much a heavily competitive person. I'm more of a I play Pokemon because I like Pokemon. I'm only recently getting into competitive over the past like generation or two. And so like I would genuinely like if you think, "Oh, hey, like this is good for this thing," or "Why are you running that move? Maybe do this instead." Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.